Hi everyone, this is Tracy Newman from the Navigator's Tarot here to bring you a masculine reading. We'll see what's going on in the world of the masculine energies at this point in time in Earth's history. Very profound time in Earth's history. The full moon was last night, I think. A lot of people are not sleeping. I'll just move away from that ring thing. That's driving me nuts. I don't know why. There you go. So we'll have a look and see what's going on for the masculine this week. Ooh, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is about being creative. Ooh, oh, hang on. We've got the Ace of Wands. Ooh. No, will we take these? Yeah, we will. Two of Wands. We have the Lover's card here. The Eight of Wands. Ooh, 2, 3, 4. So, this is the end of a cycle, and it's a cycle of feeling trapped. But this is actually saying, no, ready to sort of like come out of that trapped energy now, coming into, and it's a choice that he's making. This is a choice that the masculine is making about coming out of feeling trapped and coming into a newer way of looking at things, new perceptions, and there's a greater sense of communication with himself and others, including the divine feminine. And that is a choice that he has decided to make. He's being very creative about how he does this, because what he is actually recovering from are these heartbroken energies that he has been experiencing. He has been experiencing intense feelings of heartbreak. And going over probably old heartbreaks, something that has actually caused those heartbreaks. And now he's sort of, and in the past, he's been trapped by that. But now it's kind of like, no more. It's time to actually move on from that. Time to get up and get on with things. The Seven of Cups, I mean, he has all these choices, he has all these options. But what he's actually, has all these, but he's trying to bring justice into his life. Forgiveness and justice is a huge thing for the masculine right now. And we're also seeing that in the matrix at the moment, in our outer world. There is this forgiveness and all this truth that's coming out, and the exposure of that. And it's requiring a lot of, and I always talk about justice as being the justice that is held within, and about forgiveness that is held within. Because I know this sounds very strange, but justice first must come from within. How we actually provide that justice for ourselves. Because, the courts are only an outer version of what is actually going on within. And they are only as good as we perceive them to be in any given moment, and it is the same that's going on within. So always look to provide that justice that you are seeking from the outside world. Find that within, and there you'll find forgiveness. I think the two sometimes go hand in hand. We have the Ace of Cups, which is about a new feeling of unconditional love. And whether this is for the self or another, it does not matter, because that is what this card is about. It is literally about a new beginning in love. Eight of Pentacles. And whether that is the love that he has for himself or another makes no difference. This is about unconditional love. Right, we'll have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so working really, really diligently on his abundance as well, on an outer level. And the way he is actually going about doing that is looking within, finding that justice within, and the forgiveness for himself and those around him. And that is actually creating a new way of looking at things, a new way of being, and therefore is actually, when you do the work, whether you do any kind of work on an outer level, like physical work, or whether you are actually doing your emotional work, does not matter. What actually is occurring when you do either of these things, it's a little bit like with enlightenment, it's like, carry water, scrub floors, carry water, that sort of thing. That is literally, and carry more water. It's kind of like, that's exactly what it is. So any kind of work that you do is kind of like, if you can see it as a meditation, and any emotional work that you do, it will lead you to that truth that lies within. And when you are in touch with that truth that lies within, that's where you'll find justice, that's where you'll find peace, that is where you will find forgiveness. I hope that makes some sort of sense to you all. Yeah, so that's what the masculine is literally going through at the moment. It's a big time for the masculine. And you know, a lot of the sun's flares, you know, those flares from the sun are actually helping energetically to provide that help that the masculine needs to literally go through and release a lot of that trapped energy. And yeah, it's having a, you know, and there's a lot of rest, recuperation, that type of thing that needs to occur. Yeah, so he's going through a death and a rebirth as well, because we do have the death card here, the Five of Swords. This is about conflict within. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with, you know, the conflict that he sees in his outer world, in the 3D matrix, which also requires him to go within, to find that conflict that he has within, as within, so without, and to find that, to release that, trapped energy, to create that tower moment, to create that death process, so that he can come into these newer energies of unconditional love, and that new love which has come about from actually going within, finding the truth, providing justice, and also then being able to find forgiveness for himself and therefore others. Okay, so that's what's going on for the masculine this week. I hope all that makes some sort of sense. I shall see you anon. Bye for now.